And now we get into the elements. You're just leading this right along really well. There are 5 elements in Feng Shui. Earth, which is represented by a square, and it can be a color, and we usually choose terracotta because that's an earthen tone. And you feel grounded. So when you're in a square or you use a square rug in the center of your room, it helps to ground you. They found with Alzheimer patients, if they're wandering, you tend to put a square rug in the center of the room that's earth tone. They'll tend to stay near that rug because it grounds them.
Tell about the one at the door.
Oh, the black rubber mat.
Oh, yes. That always fascinated me,
Yes,
too.
you have to put a black rubber mat, cut out a big black rubber mat about, 2 feet across, and put it in front of the door, arm's length away, where you stand on the rubber mat and stretch out. And you can't reach the doorknob, just barely. And when that black rubber mat is there, Alzheimer patients tend not to go out the door because they think it's a big black hole and they're going to fall in it. So it's a good cure for somebody that has an elderly parent or grandparent that has Alzheimer's. Yeah, and they've seen it work very, very well. Then you've got, well, the roundness symbolizes metal, but normally that is symbolized by white, and that's conversation. So if you're having a group over, you want to seat people in a round formation to create conversation and flow, getting in the flow again. If you want everybody to kind of like just talk to 1 or 2 people, then set them at square tables. And they'll tend to just talk to the person that's sitting next to them rather than across from them. So round creates a conversation. Water is symbolized by wavy lines, obviously, and blue or black. The Chinese feel that the blue is so blue in Feng Shui, it is almost black. And that color can be relaxing and calming. Many of the old seers gazed into black mirrors, you know, because of the depth that it gave them. Or if you go out and you take a walk and you're by a lake and you're looking at blue water, you tend to be very calm and serene. Rectangles, horizontal or vertical, they're green and represent growth. Now, what do you think of when you think of wood, rectangle, green, growth? What's the first thing that pops into your mind? Trees. And they're a wonderful symbol of Feng Shui. And in the form school we were talking about, we can't all have a lake, and we can't all have a mountain to protect us, and we can't all have trees standing around us. So you kind of like do the symbols, maybe a plant in the home to symbolize a tree, because it is a tree. Then you have fire, which is red. That one's pretty obvious, isn't it? And it's symbolized by triangles. So I brought another picture I think would make a real good representation. Been doing family genealogy, so I'm looking at castles all of a sudden.
I have a thing for castles anyway.
Yeah, and it's got the spires on it. Those actually symbolize fire. Now, something else is symbolized here in this picture is the brick or the concrete or the stone. That's the earth. And then your green trees, that would be your wood. So actually, if they had water floating around here in a circular pattern, they'd have all 5 elements, and this would be a very feng shuied castle.
Well, with the castle, it probably had a moat at one time.
Probably did. And it probably went all the way around, so it was probably in a circle. But that's what you want to do. You want to have a little bit of all 5 elements balanced in your home. So using the colors or the symbols, maybe you don't like red particularly, and you could use a triangle-shaped pillow on your couch to add that symbolism. So that's kind of a
very good.
A lot of it's symbolic, too.